What's up, everyone? We are back with another episode of Pound for Pound. I am the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman.
Henry Cejudo, a.k.a. Triple C.
A Shadowline production.
Henry Triple C. Hey, how's camp going, man? Like I said, look at you. You look like half the man you was 3 months ago.
And that's damn, is that you taking a shot at me?
No. That's no shot. I'm just saying you look good. You look good. I see your face, your cheekbones is popping. You know what I mean? I see you.
2 weeks out, a little less than 2 weeks out now. Maybe we'll say 2.5 weeks out. I'm sorry, a week and a half.
A week and a half.
Yeah, a week and a half out. It's good, Kamaru. It's good, Kamaru. It's good to kind of have, you know when you're in fight camp where you just get you just get a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? And anything can kind of set you off. So, the depletion of your nutrients and a lot of that stuff. Obviously, we can't intake a lot of sodium, but Cap is going great. Weight is great. Injury free. Motivated. Cap has been I always want to say like my last cap is always the best cap. This cap right here is always it's been the best cap because we've been able to adjust a lot of things that have been just overstimulating the body, just certain things that you always kind of take from like your past camps. So I'm stoked, bro. I'm excited. And February 22nd, like I said before, I will be serving chow mein.
Yeah, which leads me to my next question. I mean, you've been known to do a magic trick or two. You know what I'm saying? So, so anything we got planned? Anything special for this one?
You guys might see a fortune cookie at Wayne. You guys might see something. I'm stereotyping, bro. I'm bringing it all, dude. It's part of what pushes me. Come on, I don't think people really understand that. It's like I've been competing my whole life that I feel like what puts more pressure on me is when I shine, dude. The Olympic Games, UFC titles, X, Y, and Z. So I feel like I've dug into a little bit more because anything that gives me butterflies, it's a good thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I need that. If I don't have that, bro, it's just not cool, bro. It's not fun.
Right.
Is that cringe?
Nah, I mean it's not cringe. It works for you, then that works for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, some news in your division, man. Henry, I guess I can say the legend, Dominick Cruz, has officially retired from the sport of mixed martial arts. I mean, how does that make you feel? And it's the thing too, Henry. He was scheduled for a fight.
He was scheduled to be my co-event under my undercard, and he wanted to fight me. So the simple fact that Dominick Cruz, you imagine if they would have, dude, I would have been so fucking pissed, dude, if they would have set me and Dominick Cruz up, and next this dude's pulling out. I mean, Dominick Cruz, I don't think he really understood how to train. I don't really understood that he really knew how to really take care of his body because he was injured the majority of his career. Like I'm talking about years upon years. He was probably more injured than the years that he actually fought. But other than that, I mean, I know me and Dominic snooze. We had our beef. We squashed. I thought we squashed the beef when I put that knee upside of his damn head. But that being said, I will say something nice about him. Kamaru is he did a lot for the bantamweight division, and particularly the lower weight divisions. And I got to give him credit for that. Between him and his fight against Shariah Faber, which drew a lot of attraction. Obviously, the whole Dillashaw and then Cody Garbrandt, and he was able to get victories from some of the biggest names. And you got to put Dominick Cruz up there as a lot of people will say he is the greatest bantamweight champion of all time. But congratulations to him, dude. You leave me alone, and that's it. Triple C is king, baby. How about that,
Henry? I 100% agree with you as far as whether or not he took care of his body or whatever in that sense. Because you never know. There's definitely more that we could do to potentially take care of our bodies, but to say that the guy didn't know how to train, I mean, that's kind of a long shot, Henry, because this man was champion. This man defended the belt for years and years. So, to say that is wild. Is a wild statement.
I just stay facts, Kamaru. I just stay true to what it is. I'm going to tell you somebody who recognized that.
I
I'm gonna
agree
tell
with
you
you.
somebody. I'm gonna tell you somebody who recognized how to train after they went through a lot of injuries. Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib was injured, so he started training and tweaking a little bit of it. And I just don't think Dominic really did that. And it's unfortunate, bro, because nobody wants to. Oh, I retired because of injuries. Like he never really figured it out, dude. But I will say this. Dominic has done a lot, dude, for the sport with this. You know what I'm saying? Like he
You're
analyzed.
right.
You know,
You're
he's
right.
a good analyst. I'm not gonna say great. He's a good analyst. And we had our rivalry, and I put my knee in his face. And I wish I would have retired him, but apparently I didn't. But congratulations, Dominic Snooze. I would have just been pissed if he would have pulled out of my fight, and that's all I gotta say.
No,
Next.
I got you, Henry. You're right. And yeah, shout out to Dominic. I think he did. You're right. It was actually the first official UFC fight I ever went to pay per view was Dominick Cruz versus Uriah when UFC adopted those lower weight classes from the WEC. So, and he was spectacular back then, but injuries
Yeah,
those
but
catch up to us. It's a young man's game, Henry.
yeah,
Injuries do catch up to us, and I'm fortunate that
yeah,
Dominic has to be out. But yeah, I agree with you.
yeah.
I would be
But you know
upset
what,
too.
Kamaru? Enough
Yeah,
about Dominic Cruz. He's done. Enough about the Triple C. I got a
yeah,
fight coming up next week. What the hell are you doing in Colorado? Do you want to tell us about some fight news over there?
yeah.
You know, or am I gonna have to hear from TMZ, bro?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, Justin's fighting March 8th, in co-main event against Dan Hooker on pay-per-view. Yeah, I didn't know if you knew about that. So, yeah, Justin's my dog. That's a little bro. So, I had to come out and, put some hands on him. I had to touch him real quick. Pause. I had to well, he touched me today. Pause. Super pause. But yeah, I had to come in here and just give him a little look. But that's about it. I mean, besides that, hey, ain't nothing going on here, Henry. Ain't nothing. I'm
Ain't
just
nothing,
chilling
man. I tell you what,
like a
man.
villain on
Bug Dog's been running
penicillin.
his Buck Dog's been run, but he's been bumping his gums, bro. I mean, everybody
Ooh,
wants a piece of that nightmare.
that's cool. But Henry, I appreciate that. At the end of the day, I feel like people want me to be upset that all these clowns or not. I don't even want to say that. All these guys are calling me out. No, I feel I'm grateful that these guys all are calling me out because they see that I am the big dog in the weight division. I'm the whale. I'm the big guy in the division. I'm the big name that they all want because they think that's potentially where it's going to get them to that title shot. So I appreciate that. But I'm the big dog that you don't want. Because when you step in there and then you get, we start grumbling and you realize, oh, I didn't want this. It's too late by then. So it is what it is. It doesn't matter who it is. Like I said, when I'm good and ready, you will be the first to know, and I'll
Okay,
call their
pound. All
name
right.
or their number. Yeah.
Damn.
So uh, a lot of crazy stories and a lot of stuff has been going on. Obviously, last weekend, Sean Strickland took on Dricus Du Plessis, and of course, Dricus Du Plessis was victorious in that fight. But since then, there's been a lot of stuff going back and forth. The interviews with the coaches and uh, Sean Strickland's coach was on another show, and on that show, I think he was asked what was their game plan or how they felt that the fight went.
Eric Nicksick, dude, for not having a background in mixed martial arts, he's people tend to flock to him. You know, even though he's never thrown a punch. And I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. I've had coaches like that. I have coaches that are just fucking from Terry Brandsboro, Iowa style to to the coaches that I have now, even captain, they were like, we're like brothers. We'll hurt each other a little bit with words, but then it's like it's all good. It's like we're still living together. We're still doing our thing. But man, but when you want to take things public like that, and there's a couple of things that he said is you want to make money. In other words, he's probably the way that I took it, that little clip. I'm saying, does he want to be a world champion? Does he just want to make money? I'm going to the death. I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and he didn't show up. I mean, Dean Thomas fucking ripped into a guy like Sean Strickland. I mean, but Eric Nicksick, his own coach, that's like a cherry on top. I mean, this is something where you could take it up the rear and be, like get butt hurt by it, or you could take it and be motivated by it. Because you could tell, man, like Eric Nicksick, like he kind of comes from that football background where they kind of talk in third persons that time, he's a motivating coach. Now, is Sean Strickland, when he said, is Sean Strickland just doing it for money? The media, a lot of the stuff just hyping up, and then not delivering. And then too, I'm gonna bring this up too. I had no idea Sean Strickland had a girlfriend. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I wonder if that's part of what Eric Nicksick is talking about. Like, come
What you
on, bro.
mean? You try to say because my man now sliding up on something, you think he soft or something?
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying, I'm just saying is what Eric Nick. You have to read in between the lines. The guy that
Yeah.
won the world title is not the same guy that fought Du Plessis. I like what Eric Nicksick said. If I can give him a freaking gold medal right now, even though, I wouldn't give him mine, but if I can give him one, he deserves one.
Okay, this is a tricky situation, Henry. And like from the outside, like I said, I'm pretty observant for the most part in a lot of these. And looking at this situation, there's a disconnect here. There's a disconnect between Sean Strickland and Eric Nicksick and the gym. I think there's a disconnect there because it makes sense. I told you, Henry, before they fought, I don't think Sean Strickland is willing to get out of his way enough to do what is necessary in order to win. That's what I said, remember, in the preview. And that's from experience. That's from watching him over the years of fights, because I've seen in there when Eric Nicksick would try to give a direction towards something to do in the fight, and Sean Strickland would just do whatever he wants to do.
Looking away, yeah.
Yeah, he would just say, "All right, I'm gonna go in there and do it." Yeah, he just goes in and he does what he wants to do. So I think that has, kind of compounded over the years to where there's this kind of disconnect. Now, here's the thing is, at the end of the day, it's Sean Strickland that's stepping inside that octagon, risking his life each and every time. So it's a little unfair. I understand what Eric Nicksick is trying to say. He's a coach now, and as a coach and as a motivator, you want your athletes to respond and actually take it in and run with it. But it's a little unfair because you don't know what you feel in there unless you're in there. You could have a best training camp and say, yes, I'm going in there, I'm going to crush this guy. But once you get in there, you don't know what your spirit is feeling that day. And sometimes you just can't evoke that spirit that you need to go out there and accomplish the task. And so it's a little unfair to say, well, I don't know if he wants to make money. You know what? We all want to make money. Nobody wants to fight for free. I mean, some people might want to fight for free, but that's just dumb. At the end of the day, we all want to make money. I guarantee you, of course, Sean Strickland wants to make money. That's partially why he is in there. But listen, it's a little unfair to say that I don't know where he stands. By Eric Nicksick saying that is showing me that there's a disconnect in the relationship between Sean Strickland and the gym, and Sean Strickland and himself. So I get it, but
Wow.
I agree with you, Henry, in a sense.
For those who don't know, Kamaru Usman is a sociology major, so this dude is, a lot of you guys.
Henry, you're going to tell me you don't? Do you notice the disc? Like you just said, you notice it too, because sometimes when their instructions are being given in the corner, like you said, it's like, I'm not dialed in. I'm not listening. I don't even want to take it because
like, whatever.
Exactly. Because I'm the one that's in there, and doing that, and especially with the fight.
And then look at DDP on the flip side. I mean, these dudes are kissing each other in the mouth, bro. Is that shit real, dude? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, where do we
Hey,
draw that happy medium, dude? You know what I'm saying?
what do
Like,
you mean? Some people like to
I
kiss in the
mean,
mouth. What's up? What's wrong with that? What, you ain't kissing in the mouth, Henry?
shit. I mean, it's part of dude. I remember I went to Iran one time, and I went
Right.
out there, and then some dude just really liked me, bro. He started literally holding my hand like this, bro.
So
And
wait,
honestly,
hold
bro,
on. Pause.
yeah,
Pause. You're not gonna slide off with that. Some dude really liked you and was holding
no,
hands
this
with
is
you, bro.
nah. Well, this is like the
You
art,
just
like it.
said some dude really liked me. And was holding my hand. Henry,
No, but
what? Go ahead,
it's
finish your story. Finish your story. I want to hear it.
it's part of their culture. Like when they like you, they will literally hold your hand, bro. And at first I was like, man, but I thought this dude's like genuine, like I guess you could say love. He's an older guy too,
You
beard.
felt his
I
love, right?
after I ended up taking second place at this tournament, and
So you really felt his love
I
after.
remember I gave them like my freaking bouquet of flowers, and the
And you
dude
gave him
literally started
flowers
above.
too after you felt his love? Gee.
Oh,
Pause.
this shit's about to get cringy over here. But what I'm
Flag on
saying
the
is,
play, Henry. Flag on the play.
it's a cultural thing, and I feel like if DDP is able to do that, I mean that's probably better to do what DDP is doing to his coaches than what Eric Nicksick, the American side, is fucking bashing him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you like? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a happy medium to what the fuck we just saw.
No, Henry, you're absolutely right. It's a customary thing. Like we in Africa, we hold hands. It's not not nothing to hold hand. Like if I go and see like my uncle or somebody, and he wants to take me somewhere and show me something, nothing for him to hold my hand. That's only in this place where that we find something wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Now, as far as holding each other and going all in, you know, with the mouth to mouth, that hey, like just certain things that certain people don't do. But it's a term. It's a thing of endearment. It's just, hey, I'm so happy for you. It's like dads kiss their little boys sometimes. Kiss the little girls. It is what it is. If it's a customary thing, it's a customary thing. I see nothing wrong with it. So I don't want to harp too much on that. But Henry, we just heard this has kind of been a debate.
Yeah, but hold on. So to go back to the Sean Strickland thing, is it foul or fair? I'm gonna have to say fair. So I'm ready to hear your answer, Kush.
I personally, without knowing the context, like I said, I've been observant for years, Henry.
That's
Without
not the
knowing all of
question.
that,
That's not the
I would
question.
say foul without
Okay.
knowing that. But I do know the
I think
context and kind of the things leading up. So I would say, yes, there's probably frustration from Eric Nicksick's side.
would if your coach pulled that on you, would you fire your coach? Straight up. Be honest.
Well, for
This is
me,
pound for pound, bro. This is the pound for pound podcast,
I
Kamaru
get you, Henry.
Usman.
But
We take the gloves
explain?
off.
Can I explain? With both of the coaches that I have had in my career, all my coaches, I've had a relationship with all my coaches to where I trusted my coaches and my coaches trusted me to where if I was going to war, I knew my coach was fighting too. If we got the rumble in the hallway before we had there, my coaches was rumbling too, including my manager. That's how strong my relationship is with my team. So for me, my coach wouldn't do that. And if my coach did do that to me with the relationship that we have, yes, of course, I would have to leave because that means that the relationship was not as strong as I thought. But my
That's
coaches wouldn't do
interesting.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I get you.
Woo! You guys are getting some diamonds from the Nigerian Nightmare. I love it.
All right, Henry. We saw once again. This has been going on for a little while now. I think Rogan was actually talking about it with Ilia Topuria saying he wanted to go up. He's been saying it for a while now. And should that fight take place, Ilia Topuria fighting Islam Makhachev, or should Ilia just fight Volk again? What are you thinking there?
I like what Joe Rogan's saying. And I was a guy that fought after I beat Demetrius Johnson and then TJ Dillashaw. Like I beat two people and I was able to go up. And there were two first ballot Hall of Famers, bro. And I feel like Ilia deserves that. But it takes two to tango. And I don't feel like these Dagestanis, bro, even though they say anytime, anywhere, it's like Islam wants to make sure that Ilia deserves it. He wants him to go through the number one contender, as we talked about before. But if I had my choice, of course, Ilia, fight Islam Makhachev. I think he needs to be more verbal about it and really, he's been throwing little jabs here and there that he'll stop him, but I think he needs to stop being the nice guy because he doesn't have that nice guy. Like his aura should be more of that bad boy. And I feel like that's where he can really cut that really great promo and get people involved. So I
That's a
think Joe
good
Rogan's
looking,
right.
well dressed
I
bad
want
boy.
to see that.
Pause.
I want to see that. I would love to see. Do I believe Ilya could beat Islam? No, but if you ain't trying, I mean, if you don't go out there and actually try, I mean, the key is actually, and this is weird, man, but the key is actually trying to attempt history. You know what I'm saying? And if Ilya's able to go up a weight class, beat the pound for pound, then he automatically becomes the pound for pound king.
I Henry, I agree. I have to agree with Joe Rogan. I think this, and here's the context behind it. We didn't when Ilia Topuria said, "I'm coming in and I'm going to stop you, Volkanovski." What did we say? Nah, it's Volk. Volk has been tearing through that featherweight division. Nah, and he went out there and did it. And then he turned around and said, "Put up the BMF, arguably the greatest featherweight ever. Put Max Holloway up, and I'm gonna stop him." And you know what we said? You crazy. You ain't no, my man Max just went up and stopped my brother. Justin, ain't no way you gonna do your thing. And you know what Ilia did? He went out there and he stopped him. And so right now, that's statement after statement. Those are back to back former pound for pound kings or potential pound for pound kings. So if he wants to move up 100%, I support it. I support it 100% because it's fight Volk again, which he's already done that, or it's fight Diego Lopez, which of course I want to see that eventually, but I just feel like Diego Lopez needs one fight against one top legend in that weight class to really let people know I've arrived. And so
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind to see that fight. Now, does he defeat someone like Islam Makhachev? Because people aren't paying attention here of what Ilia Topuria is doing. Ilia Topuria said he's the best fighter in the world, and he wants to be on that top spot, pound for pound. I think he's on top 3 right now, 100%. But he wants to be in that top spot, pound for pound. And he knows this is his path to get there. Why not take off the pound for pound? So I support it. Let him try. And I'm having a joy watching Islam defend this title. And of course, make that cheddar, like we've been saying, like we all want, Henry. So it is what it is. Now, do I think he's going? You just said Islam will beat him. I say I would lean towards that too, but Ilia Topuria is not the guy that I'm going to bet against. That I'm willing to say yes, he's definitely going to lose that fight. I can't say that. I can't say that because of the way he shocked us twice already. I just can't.
Right. Well, damn. Well, that answers that. I think Volk being on a 3-fight, the fact that he's lost and he's been knocked out 2 out of the 3. I mean, I don't know,
It's
bro.
tough.
I feel like there's new blood, but whatever it is, man, I feel like Alex. I feel like Ilia's playing his cards right, but I do feel like he needs to be just a little more vocal about it and really trash talk it and really make that happen. Because you remember, dude, like there's platforms that he has, and I get it, but that's just me, dude. And that it's worked for Connor. It's worked for some of the biggest names in combat sports. I think he needs to be a little more vocal there, and I do believe that Dana White will give him that opportunity. I sincerely do.
I do think, yeah, I agree with you, Henry. I think you hit this one right. You're right. I do think, some him being vocal is gonna really allow people to kind of keep an eye on him and then go and look at his body of work because he's a superstar outside of the US. In the US, I do think he's a star, but he's just not there yet. He's not Connor-esque yet. And I think being vocal about it and then getting that fight, because I do believe Dana and Hunter and these UFC wants to make that fight. I do believe that. I don't think they don't want to make the fight. I do believe that, but I also believe Islam is not the type of guy that's going to just shy away. That's not in Islam. He's not going to shy away from a fight, and especially if it makes dollars, because as we all know, if it makes dollars, it makes sense. And so I don't think Islam is going to shy away if it makes sense financially. So I'm anxious. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. Well, I mean, there's another potential super fight as well, double champ status, and that's DDP versus Pereira. If everything goes as we planned, but this is a quote that Daniel Cormier brought up during fight night, and he says, I told Alex Pereira after the fight, I go, he wants you, Pereira. Pereira goes, he's just too small. Seriously, Pereira goes, this man is just too small. I don't believe that one. I don't believe that
What?
one. I don't believe. No, you can be big all you want, dude. When you have two daggers and two knives, trust me, dude. If size matter, Kamaru, that means the giraffe would be the king of the jungle, bro. That's not how it is. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, stylistically, if I had to choose somebody that has a better opportunity of becoming champ and actually a guy going up and defeating, I do got to go with DDP. I think DDP is going to bring in, and it's not so much about DDP, but stylistically against a guy like Alex Pereira, I feel like there's some deficiency there when it comes to the grappling side. We saw that with Israel Adesanya when Israel was able to take him down, and I feel like DDP is going to expose that. You know, now this is one fight that I will say is like, no, not really, Alex. Like, Alex, you're a 185 pounder before. What is the difference? Yeah, you may have a little more meat or whatnot. You may be tall, but if you know how to use your technique and how to distribute it and stylistically use your wrestling, I give a DDP more of a chance that I would give Ilia to become champ.
Henry, I swear, I just want to jump through the screen, hold you up, and just do this sometimes because
Damn.
I think
Wow.
like Henry, what did you see Pereira inside the octagon when DDP said that? Did you see his shirt didn't even fit him? His shirt was like this on him. His shirt, his
And that
arms
could
was through the shirt like
and
this.
that could be a problem too.
That's
And
what
that
do
could
you
be a
mean?
problem
He's
too.
always been
If
like that. Pereira at
you
185 was probably the next day 220, fighting at 185. And now at 205, I don't doubt this man is in there at 235. Pereira is right. He is big, huge. And
so do you believe DDP's too small for Pereira? Do you believe that?
I don't think there's a such thing as too small because technique can negate size and strength. I don't believe there's a such
Exactly.
thing. You're right. But
Exactly.
but Henry, I don't. I just I ship sailed on somebody that comes in that I think is beating Alex Pereira right now. I until I see Ankalaev, I that ship is sailed for me right now. So I think I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I do give this. I think DDP is more well rounded for sure. DDP's got some wrestling. He's got some grappling. He can choke you. But that pinpoint striking of Alex Pereira, that left hand has a radar on it, and somehow, and because it comes from the hip, it comes so fast, comes so hard that I wouldn't want to see that for DDP just yet because I do think there's two more guys DDP needs to get through in the division. So you can now say, you know what, I put that division away. I'm looking elsewhere. You can't look elsewhere yet because you've got Nasruddin Imavov looking at you. You've got Hamzat Chimaev, arguably the biggest non-champion in the UFC. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. So DDP, this is also, hey, we in this sport to, we get papered up. I seen him pull up nice with the rolly, shining on him. You feel me? He in the nice whip now, shining on him during fight week. He brought the little chick with him, she had a nice little dress on, shiny. You know what I'm saying? Now you need some bread. Go ahead and, take care of Hamza Chimaev, take care of Nasruddin Imavov. Then let's look forward to Alex Pereira while Alex is dealing with Ankalaev. So I say let's get through that first.
Yeah, but isn't Ankalaev fighting in? Isn't he fighting in March, bro?
Yeah,
And the fucking
yeah.
dude's waiting, and he's in Australia having a blast. Damn. I
Did
know,
you
Uncle.
see him? Nah, we gotta
I
find
know.
a picture of him inside that cage. My man's pants and shirt didn't fit. My man was up there like this. Shirt was screaming like two. That's how
No,
tight that shirt was.
he's a big boy, and obviously Uncle Live had a message to tell him too. He says, "Man, this guy's just having fun. This guy's doing X, Y, and Z as I'm freaking, out here training like a madman." He's like, "All right, man, I'm gonna make this guy pay." If you guys want to pull up that tweet, you'll be able to see it. But this is Pereira's having fun because he's just striking, bro. So we'll see if a guy like Uncle Live brings that other side, but I also don't see. I think Uncle Live is gonna say what he's gonna do, and yeah, of course. But this is why I'm looking forward to if DDP ends up winning, he goes on a good winning streak, and so does Alex Pereira. Like then make that fight happen. I agree with you, man.
All right, Henry. Well, this week, you got UFC Fight Night in Las Vegas. We've got Jared Cannonier taking on Gregory Rodriguez, arguably the dark horse in that middleweight division. And this man does not have a number next to his name. But I can tell you right now, I can tell you from experience, I can tell you from witnessing what this man has done. He 100% is the dark horse of that division. His nickname is RoboCop, but it should be the Terminator. Everything he hits you with is gonna hurt. Everything he does is going to hurt. So I'm anxious to see how Jared Cannonier bounces back from these last two losses because he's never lost three in a row. It's always been maybe two losses, but then he gets it right back on track. And listen, Jared Cannonier is one of the only guys. I think there's maybe a couple of guys in the UFC that has knockouts in three different divisions. Three different divisions. He's not somebody out. So Jared Cannonier is always dangerous, always has been, and I can't wait to see this fight. It's a spectacular card too. Spectacular card for Vegas doing something. You see the card, Henry? Did you see
Yeah.
that card? It's a spectacular card. Co-main event. You've got Kelvin Cater coming back, and he's taking on Youssef Zalal. I believe Zalal, the Moroccan brother, fighting him. And this is a step up because Zalal doesn't have a rank next to his name, and they're giving him number 10 already right there. So that's also a huge fight with big implications because Zalal's looked great. I believe has finished two of his last two fights. I believe he has finished the guys. So, man, Henry, this is a good card this weekend taking place. I will be there front and center to watch this one. And yeah, I'm excited about it. This is one of the Apex shows that I've been excited about for a while. I mean, look at that card.
So you're going live. You're gonna be there live tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to be there live. You've got Edmund Shabazian taking on D Butka. That's a good fight. Dylan Butka. So that's a good one. And Henry, do you know these Brazilian brothers, the Bonfim brothers?
Yeah, they're tough, dude. I know one of them got kind of beat up by Saint Denis, but they're good, bro. They're bone fiend, which is kind of like good and final if you're to translate that, which is
Right.
kind of fucking cool.
Yeah,
You know,
and
it's
both
good and
fighting same night again this weekend. So
Wow.
that's it's can you imagine that? Imagine if you had a brother and you had a brother fighting on the same card, Henry. How would that be? Could you deal with that?
Man. I guess. I mean, I'm glad my brother Angel doesn't want to fight. He'd be really fucking good if he did, but he's but I can only imagine, dude, like seeing your little big brother fight. Dude, that's that must be nerve wracking, dude. You're like, fuck, and then that's heavyweight too. Those blows, you're going to sleep, dude. So I can live vicariously through you, Kamaru. Thank you.
Hey, we try not to fight anymore. As a brother, you got to gauge it. When you got the upper hand, you could talk. Talk crazy. What? Shut up. But once they start learning stuff too, it's like, hey, stop, be quiet, man. Just stop, be quiet. You got to change that tone on him because you ain't trying to get in that fight anymore. Trying to scrap.
Hell no! If I'm you can have all the belts, bro. I ain't fucking with your brother, dude. He should be playing freaking NFL. He should be in.
He was, he had a little, he had his chance. Played college ball. He was great. Had a great career there. And now we'll see. If the fight career is what he really wants, or he's talented. My brother can do anything he wants to. So
Let's hear the question from the casual Kamaru.
Yeah, Henry. Question from a casual this week. Listen, Henry. Hey, listen. The fans want to know if we were the same weight, Henry, same size, who would win in a fight or in a wrestling match?
This, dude?
Huh?
So who's instigating this?
I want to hear your side because I want to hear your side.
I mean, I got a gold medal, Kamaru. And I got two belts,
what that mean?
Kamaru.
I got a medal too. I got an NCAA medal in my house.
I got you.
What?
Wrestling, I got you. Fighting, I got two categories. You never went up and fought for that second belt, and I did it, Kamaru. I'm gonna have to say the Triple C all the way, no contest.
What? You don't? Okay. Wrestling, freestyle. You got me. Collegiate. You think you would get me collegiate?
Oh, 100%, dude.
That's how I do now. Ride. What?
No, I've learned how to ride. I know how to ride now pretty good.
Bruh, Henry, I'm just going to be honest. In a fight, I'm beating your ass. Henry, it's difficult to have this debate because, like you did say, you separated yourself because you got two belts, so that does separate you. My only defense is I want to say styles make fights, and I'd like to say that I think my style would beat you, but yeah, you you got two belts, so I give that to you. I think freestyle for sure. You got me. Folk style, I don't know, and then Greco. You don't even know what Greco is. You know how to do Greco?
Bro, are you kidding me, dude? I won nationals in Greco. I was really good. I remember being in freestyle at the Olympic Training Center, living there. And I remember like the coaches pulling me aside and they talked to Terry Brown. He's like, hey, man, Henry's really good at Greco. We think he can make an Olympic team here. And then Terry Brown just asked me, do you want to do that? I beat Spencer Mango, bro. People don't know that, dude. I tacked Spencer Mango. U.S. Nationals, dude. Like I was fucking really. I never lost in Greco, as a matter of fact. But obviously, my strategy for Kamaru Usman is, I would, I'd be going for them knees, dude.
Bruh, why does everybody say like you? What does that have to? You can't listen. Come for the knees. My knees are not bad.
I just hear from all the comments, dude. So I'm gonna roll with the trolls. I'm gonna roll with the casuals, dude.
That's what's crazy to me. People keep saying that. I've been fighting all my careers. Has it ever seen anything with my knees? I'll put it in someone's face if they want it. I take people down if I want to. I will if I want to. So I don't know where this narrative. They need to stop this narrative with the whole knee stuff. But my strategy for you, Henry, is just the way I fight. Like I said, styles make fights. I would pressure you. I would kick you. I would knee you to the body. Because I don't think you could take them boys real well. So I'll knee you to the body and we'll see. But that would be my strategy, Henry. And it might work, it might not work, but it is what it is.
Anyways, whatever, dude. This is peace to come on. This is why this is all a hypothetical. But damn, I know it's gonna get that damn serious, bro. I'm out here trying to give you a hug now, dude.
Nah, you better give me a hug. You said you pretty much just said you would tech me in Greco. You said you tech me in freestyle, and you said, yeah, I'll ride you out in folk style as well, collegiate as well. So you pretty much just said I have no chance.
I'd ride you like a rental.
Pause. Jeez. But you pretty much just, you know what, Henry? On that note, I'm gonna go to my room and start training right now. Next time I see you, all right, I'm gonna start training right now. All right.
No, but honestly, Kamaru, other than that, bro, like this, like the fight cards that the UFC is putting together, Turkey out of shape, what they're doing with boxing, dude. Like, there's a lot of good stuff happening in combat sports, and it's a good time to be alive, to be able, man, to enjoy these fights and see the best fight the best.
You're right, Henry. And, on that note, yes, like UFC Fight Night this weekend, Gregory Rodriguez versus Jared Cannonier this Saturday. A lot of good fights. But, Henry, we touched on it all. Like I said, I'm going into my room right now to go train because you was talking mad stuff on here today. So, next time I see you, it's on site with me. You already know. But, as always, I'm the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman.
Henry Cejudo, a.k.a. Triple C.
We are out.